What's up everybody, Scott Jansen here, and in today's video I'm going to walk you through the 6 most important parts for your coaching and your hypnotherapy business. Now, regardless of whether you're just starting your business from scratch or you're in the middle of growing and scaling your business, the 6 parts I'm going to point out today will be the difference between your business either making no money and having no success to one that is also thriving or is scaling very handsomely. So we know as therapists and coaches that our entire business, our entire system, the thing that we're growing consists of small little elements. And as a matter of fact, if any of these small elements that I'm going to point out today is off, it's not functioning properly and it's not healthy, it will infect the entire system all the way down the line. From the marketing to the income you bring in, to the strategy calls that you do, to the scaling, to the automation, and ultimately to the tracking of the entire business. The importance is to understand that these small elements, we have to get right one after the other. We can't skip any part. We can't overlook a certain element. Everything has to be healthy and thriving in order for the next part to be healthy and thriving. And I've really broken this down into the 6 most important parts that we run in my company, but also what we teach all our students to do as well. So let's start from the left-hand side here. And you guys are probably sick of me talking about this, but guys, let me really draw your attention to the most important part of the system. And it's this part right here that if we don't get right, it's going to affect your marketing. It's going to affect your conversions. It's going to affect your automation. It's going to affect your tracking. It's going to affect everything down the line. And what's really peculiar is this is the part that everybody skips. And this is the niche, offer, and your price. Here it is, guys. We all know that not every niche is profitable, because if it were, you would need to be watching this video because you'd have paying clients right now. There'd be no need to watch someone like me to show you how to do things better. The niche is the most important part, but it's the hardest thing to get right. It's the hardest thing to iterate. It's the hardest thing to try and find a gap in the market, and it's the hardest thing to do to try and find that profitable niche. But what I'm here to tell you that if you put the effort in, and I'll give you a few pointers today, and we've got a lot of videos showing you how to do this. Just go to our YouTube channel, check out all those niche related videos, that if we get this part right, you can be terrible at marketing and you'll still make a ton of money. You can be terrible on strategy calls and you'll still make a ton of money. You can be terrible at automating parts of your business. Why? Because the only thing clients buy are results. And if you get this result right and you can call out a specific person that has this problem that needs these results, the rest of the system will pretty much take care of itself. And then your job is just to give it a little nudge here and there to make it even better. So what am I talking about? So we know that our niche, we know that we have to niche first of all. We have to have a specific problem that we can solve. There's no point just trying to compete in the what I call compliance niches, like I help people quit smoking, I help people lose weight, or I help anybody find their passion in life and step into their true power. These niches, not only a lot of them made up, but they're so heavily overly saturated that it's very hard to compete in those markets. So to really understand what the niche is, there's a couple of things you want to make sure that you almost like tick the box when picking your niche. So number one, like with the niche, is it a real problem? Does this niche actually exist? What I find a lot of therapists and coaches do, and I did this right at the start as well, is we take our knowledge from what we've learned in our training and we create a niche in here. We think of like our ultimate client. We try and fill it up with excitement and coaching language and these breakthroughs that we have through our certifications, and we try and make a niche inside of our head, and then we try and project that onto the world. And ultimately what happens? It backfires. So we have to make sure, guys, that the niche exists in the real world, not inside here, but in the reality that you live in. Is the niche real? Is the problem that you're solving real? Do people actually want X, Y, and Z in their life? Because if they want X, Y, and Z in their life, and all you're talking about is ABC and trying to give them ABC when they want X, Y, and Z, you're ultimately going to fail. So is the problem real? Does this problem have real people in it? Are these people expressing the problem that you can solve? So real problem with real people, and guys, offering a real outcome. What is tangible about your outcome? The more tangible your outcome, now it doesn't just have to be a financial thing. It doesn't have to be like a stop smoking thing where it's like tangible, someone doesn't quit smoking, someone quits smoking or not, but can also be an emotional thing as well. You'll find that if you're having any issues with clients wanting refunds or wanting a refund on the service that you've given them, it's probably because you haven't defined that outcome. If the outcome of your service is just simply like, you'll feel better and the client says, well, I don't feel better, and you say, but you do, just give it time, you'll feel better over time. This is not a tangible outcome, and we can expect a lot of chaos with our clients wanting money back. So real problem, real people, real outcome. What is the outcome people want? So how do we find real people, real problems, and real outcomes? We talk to potential clients. A lot of people skip this part. It's one of the easiest things to do. If you've got an idea of a type of client that you want to work with, could be your ideal client with a certain problem that you have a passion to help people with, go speak to these people. Confirm your theory. Don't just guess. Because guys, if you guess here, if you guess the niche and then give it a random offer, which is the outcome, and then you just attach a random price that the rest of the industry says you should charge $100 for 2 sessions, you know, that sort of compliance traditional model. What it means is if there's all guessing here, it means you've got to guess your marketing. It means you've got to guess what to say on the strategy calls. You have to guess what to automate, and you have to guess what to be tracking and looking for and iterating. You can't guess at this point. Real problems, real people, real outcomes. Putting this all together as well, what's unique about your offer? With so much competition, are you offering the same services as everybody else? Does it sound the same? Does it look the same? Is it the same price? Because if it is, now you're competing with everybody else. And you're going to start to compete in almost like a red ocean of every other therapist or coach undercutting each other for $5 here and $10 here. Your problem has to be real. The people have to be real. The outcome needs to be as tangible as possible. And there has to be something unique and exciting about your offer. If potential clients have heard all these offers before, they've been burnt before by other therapists and coaches, and you come out and just offer the same thing with a twist like, I was certified by this person, that's why I'm better. Or I can do it $5 cheaper, that's why you should choose me. Or I'm NLP certified or RTT or coaching certified, that's why you should choose me. This is not unique, okay? If your offer is boring, it doesn't stimulate some sort of excitement in your client's mind, and your client maybe sees it as the same as everybody else's. Again, going to be very hard to get those clients. So the niche, no guessing. We want to confirm all of this. The offer is the outcome, which is the tangible offer. So let's look at the price. Now, what I'll do is I'm going to leave a video below where I talk about pricing and how we price on something called a MOS service. I'll leave that video below because I don't want to, well, I'm not going to walk you through that again because it does take a while to explain. I'll leave that video. So instead, I want to talk about the economics. A lot of therapists and coaches don't look at this. What most people are concerned about when they put their price to their offer in their niche is, will my clients pay for this? And that's a valid concern. But if you don't think about it in these two ways, you're ultimately going to fail in your business. We have to put our therapy hat on and our business hat on. Now, when our business hat on, we have to also look at, what do I need to earn to survive? What's the lifestyle I want to have? What do I want to grow this business to? And your economics have to match what you want to earn based on what the market is willing to pay as well. So for example, I'll speak to a lot of therapists and coaches that say, Scott, I want to earn $10,000 a month. And I say, fantastic. And I say, how much are you charging right now? I'm charging about $100. How many inquiries are you getting per month? I'm getting about 2. Those numbers don't gel. You shouldn't be trying to fill up your diary with back-to-back $100 clients, because trying to get to $10,000 a month is going to be a lot of work and a lot of effort when it can be done in easier ways. So the economics, the best economics we found for our students, what we teach everybody to do, is to start pricing your service, and I'll leave this video below, which I'll explain more, is between about $1,500 to $5,500 per client. So for example, I'm sure that you'd be more happy to work with 10 clients a month at $1,000, making $10,000, than whatever amount of clients it is if you're only charging $50 or $75 or $100 a month. It's not about just filling your diary up with back-to-back clients, because you're going to spend far too long working with clients and not enough time on marketing the business. So guys, what I'm really pointing out here is the economics have to match. If you want to see a certain amount of clients per month, you know you have to do a certain amount of strategy calls because you want to earn a certain amount of money. Gel those economics, write it all out, do the maths. If the maths is too far off, like you would have to see 100 clients a month, and just a bit of exaggeration here, but 100 clients a month just to make $10,000, it's never going to happen. Okay, so we've got to be proper in our thinking when it comes to our economics, and make sure that the number we want to hit per month is also equivalent to the amount we're going to charge for our offer and our service. And when we get to the conversions, can we convert our clients at this price? So guys, you have to start to think about yourself and your business, not just your clients. If you're forever just thinking, well, if my clients won't pay it, I'm just going to keep lowering my price. No, because now you're doing yourself a disservice. And eventually over time, the business is going to collapse because you're not bringing in enough resources, enough income, which means that now you have to go get a full-time job, which takes a certain amount of hours out of the business each day to go work in a job. That part-time job just to keep the business alive now turns into a full-time job. Now you can only see clients on the weekend, and now you're just making a little bit of pocket money, and your goals in the business just basically goes backwards. So consider the economics for the business. What do you need to earn, and have that as a consideration when putting the price on your service. So real problem, real people, real outcome, unique offer, and make sure the economics are correct. Make sure the maths is there. Once we get this right, it's a lot easier to do the marketing. Okay, so where I see a lot of people failing in their marketing is because they skip this part here. Why? Because that's the hardest part. No one wants to work this out. Everyone jumps into here. And they wonder why, excuse me, they wonder why when they do their social media, there's no engagement. They're not turning posts or Facebook Lives or YouTube videos into paying clients. No one is messaging them saying, hey, I just saw your video, your post, I want to work with you. And when you go to do something like organic outreach or even pay for ads or funnels or anything like that, you're wondering why you're getting no conversion, because you haven't confirmed this. Once we confirm this, it gives us a clear direction forward for our marketing. So also when it comes to our marketing, we've got to consider, and what a lot of people don't understand, and this can be taken in the niche service as well, is we not only niche to a certain problem and a certain person, but do you know you should be actually niching to a certain platform? Like, where are your clients online? Are your clients online? There's no point picking a niche if your clients aren't online. Because if you're trying to grow an online business, how are you going to get your offer in front of people who are not online? So it has to be a strong consideration. Where are your clients online? Are they more than likely on YouTube? Are they more than likely on LinkedIn? Are they more than likely on Facebook? Can you access them via email? Whatever it is, Instagram, Twitter, you've got to consider where these people are. There's no point just throwing spaghetti at all of these platforms if 90% of your clients are here, but you're throwing just little scattered approaches all around. You're gonna miss all those potential clients and those potential opportunities. So you've really got to understand, where are your clients? If your clients are general public, yeah, you can probably find them more than likely on Facebook. If you have, or you're trying to attract executive clients like our students and 6- and 7-figure business owners and 8-figure business owners and CEOs and doctors and dentists or professionals, like a lot of our students are doing, they're more than likely going to find these clients on somewhere like LinkedIn. Also, when it comes to places like YouTube, if your clients are going to YouTube to find answers to their problems, we know that's why people go on YouTube to find information. What information are they looking up? How can you get your video in front of them when they're typing into YouTube to find a certain video? These are the considerations you need to have when looking at where or which platform to use or where your clients are. So that's a consideration. Now, when it comes to marketing itself, what should we be talking about? Again, I've mentioned this a lot of times before. For lack of better words, guys, stop marketing the how. If any of your marketing is talking about NLP, coaching, hypnotherapy, RTT, whatever other types of therapy, health coaching, whatever it is right now, whatever the main therapy you guys are using right now, and let's say, for example, you're trying to attract the general public doesn't understand the lingo. They're not typing into Google or YouTube, how can NLP help me quit smoking? What they are typing is, how do I quit smoking? Clients are never going to look for the how. And no matter how hard we try and explain it to them, we shouldn't be lecturing our clients on the how, because it's the last thing they're paying for. We know that our clients, based on our price, offer, a niche, are going to pay for a result. So when you're marketing, talk about the results. Talk about how you can take a client from here to here, and forget talking about NLP and coaching and hypnotherapy, because not only do clients not understand, they're not there looking for that stuff. They just want to know, can you help them? How you help them is irrelevant. So if right now you're experiencing low engagement from your marketing, there's usually 3 things that are occurring. Number 1, the niche is way off. Why would anyone respond to your marketing if the niche you've made up has been all inside of your head and it's been a big guess? Now you're guessing your marketing. Another one is, if you have low engagement, you could be giving your offer to the wrong audience. It means that you might have found the niche, but you haven't found the right person. So again, now you're trying to offer something to somebody who doesn't want what you have, so you're going to have low engagement. Also, the low engagement could come from your offer just being really boring. Maybe your potential clients are looking at your offer and thinking, I've had this before. I've been to another coach or a therapist before. Why? Because that's what you're marketing yourself as. You're marketing yourself as a therapist or a coach when all they're looking for is a solution. If your offer is boring, you're going to have low engagement. And a clear way to see if you've got low engagement will come from your marketing. But this comes with a caveat. When I'm saying low engagement, I'm not talking about low engagement as far as likes, shares, and comments. What I'm talking about low engagement is the marketing that you're doing, is it turning into strategy calls? That's the engagement I'm looking for. I know a lot of people get lost in the likes, shares, and comments, and they assume because I've got a lot of likes, shares, comments, and followers that my business is successful. But the only way to know if your business is successful is if you look at your monthly income. Are you earning money? Okay, so for example, we find that a lot of our marketing doesn't have a lot of likes, shares, and comments, but my strategy call booking system is completely full with strategy calls. Okay, so it means that the likes, shares, and comments and the following doesn't matter. What matters is the strategy call. So if you're getting low engagement, i.e. no strategy calls, come back to the first part, which is the niche offer and price, and define this. Start from scratch. Speak to real people, find real problems, find real outcomes, make your offer unique, and make sure the economics match what you want to be earning per month, and then move back into the marketing. So from there, that's where the niche offer price is the first part. Second part is our marketing. The third part is the conversions. How do we take a total stranger into a paying client? What we always recommend is doing some sort of strategy call. Why? It's a lot easier to stabilize a phone call over Zoom, Skype, or mobile phone and talk your clients through their current situation, their desired situation, your offer, and your price. It's easy to do that over the phone. Why? Because you can replicate it, okay? So you should have some sort of script, some sort of strategy, and you want to be able to talk your clients through the same type of script or strategy or steps client to client to client, because then you can make that thing better and better and better. But if all you're doing is, if a client wants to book a strategy call, is you're guessing what to say with this strategy call, then it's another random guess with this strategy call, then you try this strategy with this strategy call, then you try this technique, you can never track any of this stuff, which means it doesn't become reliable. Reliability means that you know over a certain amount of time of getting really good at strategy calls that if I have X amount of strategy calls, it's going to equal X amount of clientele. And this is the reliability that we're after. So have some sort of mechanism for your strategy call. Also, when it comes to the pricing over here, we want to start to think about not just pricing on the current thing that we're going to help them solve, but also the future value. What is the future and all the value you're going to bring to your client's life as a result of working with you today? Also, we want to have something called a price comparison. So the way I look at conversions as well, it really sums it up here with this statement, and it will really sum up what I mean about price comparison is, what are you guys saving your clients from? Okay, we know that if a client doesn't work with us today, what's their future going to look like 1 year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, if they don't get help? How much is that problem going to cost them financially and emotionally? Is that problem going to increase financially and emotionally over time? Well, of course it is. We know that problems get worse over time. And we want to start to educate our clients on this. So the way that we do this, we give all of our students something called a future value deck, which is a 25-page presentation that really breaks down what I'm talking about here. But for argument's sake right now is our price comparison needs to be basically stating that if I can help you today for $2,500, in the next 5 years as a result of working with me, I'm going to be able to save you X amount of financial issues, X amount of health issues, X amount of emotional issues. And that way a $2,500 fee or a $5,500 fee doesn't look that much. Imagine helping a client in their current life right now where keeping their problem costs them $5,000 a month financially and maybe $1,000 extra a month in emotional stuff. Like, because of this problem, I can't experience this in my life. Well, adding that up over the entire year, we're well over what, $70,000? Well over, sorry, $60,000. That's 1 year. What if 2 years into the future, that's $120,000, and so on and so forth. See where I'm going here? So you want to educate your clients that, yeah, I might cost a lot now, but this is what I'm going to save you from in the future. So having that conversion reliable is what's going to bring in money. That's the only way to convert these strangers into paying clients. Next part of the system is once we've nailed the niche, once we've nailed the marketing, once we've nailed the conversion, we want to start to think about what can I automate? What can I hire a VA for who can do all the button pushing for me? They can do all my marketing for me. They can book me strategy calls. They can do a lot of the marketing research. They can do my content research. They can add things to my diary. They can schedule out my day. Any real button pushing activities, guys, that cause a bit of pain or a little bit monotonous in your business once you start earning money, you want to pass that off to somebody else. And you want to be able to train somebody in the way that you do it and just train them in the same way that you do it. So if you have to post 6 times a day, you can teach somebody to do that for you. If you send out 20 Facebook requests and 50 LinkedIn connections every day, you can pay somebody else maybe $5, $10 an hour to do those things for you. So now you're bringing more time back into your business, and that time can be put into making your niche better, making your offer better, making your systems better, making the results better, and working on the long-term activities. But because you're having to do a little button pushing, it's very hard to optimize all of this. So bringing in a VA and automating parts of your business brings more time back into the business so you can concentrate on the most important stuff, the long-term success of your business. Last part of the system is the tracking, guys. Okay, so what are we tracking? What we're looking at is the combination of our niche offer and price, our marketing, our conversion, and the automation. What is that bringing us per month? And if we're not earning money per month, what do? We start from scratch. So like I said, the only way to know if a business is successful, the only way to know if your marketing is successful and your conversions are successful are not likes, shares, comments, positive thoughts, positive people saying, yeah, you're doing awesome, you look great, standing on stage, showing how successful you are, acting famous online, doing all those ridiculous things that everybody does, but it's really looking at your income. That's the only metric we want to concentrate on, because this represents our entire business. If we're not making money, we have to go back to the niche offer and price. Is this correct? Because more than likely, if we're not making money, it means the niche is off, which means the marketing is going to be off, which means the conversion is going to be off. But what a lot of people do is they don't make money. They just go to the marketing. They try and fix the marketing. They add funnels. They add squeeze pages. They add a VA at the wrong part. They lower their prices. They increase their prices. They give things away for free. But that's not the right part of the system. When building a system and tracking and automating the system and iterating that system, you have to go back to step 1. No monthly income will mean that the niche is off. If you're not making money right now, concentrate on this, okay? Then we're looking for something called asymmetry. So what's asymmetry? So let's say, for example, you are or you have found that your marketing is best on Facebook and YouTube. What you want to do each month, based on if you have some sort of what we call asymmetry markers on your surveys, one of the questions we have on our survey is, where did you hear about Scott? Okay, so what I do is each month I look through all the surveys, I look through the income that I made for that month, and I try and find out, based on that question, which gives me this asymmetry, where did everybody find me? If I find that 90% of my clients are finding me through YouTube, guess where I'm going to put all my attention next month? All on YouTube. I'll probably forget about Facebook, forget about LinkedIn, because these haven't been proven as to where my clients are. So asymmetry means doing less work, okay, for a bigger outcome. So instead of spending 6 hours a day across LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, if you can look at your survey, if you have one of those survey answers, or you just know because you ask your clients on the strategy call and you write it down, where did you find me? And everybody keeps saying YouTube, 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 YouTube. Concentrate on YouTube, because that's where your clients are. So now we're doing less work with more money. And like I said, one easy way to do that is just add a question to your survey when someone books a strategy call, which is, where did you find out about me? How did you find out about me? Which platform did you find me on? Any of those questions. And then looking at these things each month and tracking. So what happens when we get all this right? We get the niche offer and price right, we get the marketing right, we get the conversion right, the automations right, and the tracking. It means that all we have to do each day, and this is the real key here, knowing what to do each day, it means that each day when we wake up in the morning, all we have to do is just do more of this. More marketing is going to turn into more conversions. We can give our VA more work to do, and then again, when we track it at the end of the month, we find that everything was stable, everything was healthy, and we've tracked it because we know we've got monthly income. We can just concentrate on the marketing. Could you imagine knowing that each day, all you had to do was create a certain amount of posts, a certain amount of videos, or a certain amount of outreach messages or something like that, depending on what you're doing for your marketing. And if you just repeated those exact steps each day, it's bound to spit out a paying client. It's bound to make you $10,000 a month, $20,000 a month, $30,000, all the way up to $50,000 a month. Could you imagine how confident you would feel if you knew how to do that each month? If that's what your month looked like. But what happens with most people, they get up in the morning, they haven't confirmed their niche, their offer, their price, have no idea how to market, no idea how to do strategy calls. They get in front of their laptop like this and nothing happens. They spend their entire day thinking, what am I going to do today? How am I going to get a client? Should I do this? Should I do this? What if this doesn't work? Should I have to go do this? Maybe I need to do this. If there's any chaos inside your mind and there's no predictability in your business, it's going to be extremely hard to grow it. So if you're seeing ebbs and flows in your income, 1 week you have money, the next week you have none. 1 week you have money, for a whole month you have none. It means you haven't optimized all of these parts. Each of these parts has to be stable and healthy because it's going to affect the next part and the next part and the next part all the way down the line, guys. If one part is off, the rest of the system is going to be off. So if you're experiencing those ebbs and flows in your marketing, come back to the niche in your offer. Once you nail that, you'll find that you'll have a clearer direction for your marketing, which is going to give you a clearer confidence on your strategy calls. You'll know what to say and what not to say. You'll know exactly what to teach your VA to do, and you'll know exactly what to track because your monthly income will represent that your entire system is extremely healthy and extremely profitable. So there we go, guys. That's the 6 parts of your hypnotherapy business, same as a coaching business, RTT, NLP, doesn't matter what it is. Like I said, I'll leave a couple of videos below for a couple of videos that'll help you along this with the niche and the offer. A little bit of marketing videos. I'll also show you our VA video as well. Go check those out because they will accompany this video. Again, think of your business like a system. Learn how to track your business. If you're not making money right now, you're not getting any engagement as you're not getting any strategy calls booked, you're not making any money, come back to the most important part, which is your niche, offer, and your price. Get that right, and you'll have no problems for the rest of the system working harmoniously. All right, guys, that's all from me for today. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.